What's up YouTube, it's Yao4772 here, coming to you guys with a little bit of an updated deck tech. As you can see, it's still Caw-Blade, with about 5 cards swapped around from the previous deck tech. But the real reason why I'm doing this video is because I'm going to be attending Starcity Games Open in Richmond this upcoming weekend. Me and a couple buddy of mine are going to take the 3 to 4 hour trip up there and play some Magic for the standard event on Saturday. So if you guys want to meet, if you guys are also attending Starcity Richmond and you want to meet up, just PM me and we can definitely set something up. We'll go from there. So right into the content of the video. Let's go ahead and get started on the deck tech. 4 Squadron Hawks, 2 Amarias, and 2 Consecrated Sphinx. I added a Sphinx, took out a Jace Beleren because this guy generates so much card advantage, it's not even funny, and it's really good against the mirror. He's also a flyer that can hold a sword, which is super awesome. For counterspells, we have 4 Mana Leaks, 2 Spell Pierces. I really like my Mana Leaks. I know some of the national lists only ran 3 Mana Leaks and 2 Spell Pierces, but I am a man of my counters, and I think Mana Leak is the staple counter in the current format, so I do run 4 of them. I did cut a Spell Pierce from my previous deck tech because if I'm Starcity tournaments are pretty much Caw-Blade dominant now, and Spell Pierce, while still really good, becomes less relevant in the Caw-Blade. I think becomes less relevant in the Caw-Blade matchup because a lot of the games are just going to be going into late game anyways, and whoever has the best late game plan for their Caw-Blade deck is going to usually end up on top. Let's go into removal. 3 Dismembers, 3 Into the Royals. I had 2 O-Rings, but O-Rings actually affect Caw-Blade's tempo a lot, which is not good because during your turn you want to be dropping bombs like Amaria, Angel, Consecrated Sphinx, Gideon Jura, stuff like that. You can't do that on your turn if you're having to respond reactively to your opponent's board state on your turn. So I did take out the 2 O-Rings, I upped the Dismember count, and I upped the Into the Royal count to 3 apiece. I also upped the Day of Judgment count because it's really, with a lot of aggro present nowadays, like Caw-Blade, Tempered Steel, especially Tempered Steel, you do need the classic board wipe to reset the board and possibly put the game in your favor. But Day of Judgment also makes it so the Tempered Steel opponent has to play around it, so they're not like dumping their hand onto the board their first 2 or 3 turns. Planeswalkers, I have 2 Gideon Juras, still the same. 1 Jace Beleren. Took it out for reasons of the Sphinx, and I only had 1 of the one I really like, so that's a plus. Miscellaneous, I kind of have 4 Preordains. Best cantrip, I think, right now. Everybody always says if you're running blue, you're running Preordains and Mana Leaks. That holds true to me because I think it is the best cantrip in standard right now, with the exception of Ponder if you're running a combo deck with a lot of fetches. 2 Timely Reinforcements, same deal. Or same deal as what I previously mentioned in the last Caw-Blade video. I did drop a Sword of War and Peace because it was underperforming. I realized that even with an equipped Tara, even though they can't block with a lot of creatures, they can still block with Inkmoth Nexus, Consecrated Sphinx. They can Into the Royal it, they can Dismember. It's just a lot of things they can still do about the equipped creature. So I took that out, and all I'm left with right now are 2 Sword of Feast and Famines. And of course, Sword and Feast and Famine you can't really cut because it's like the best sword in standard right now. For land base, I have 3 Celestial Colonnades, 2 Inkmoths as my as my manlands. And Inkmoth just provides an alternate win condition against decks that are gonna be like gaining an absurd amount of life. And it's good with sword. 4 of each of the other duels in standard right now. 4 glacials, 4 sea chromes, 4 tectonic edges, and that's actually a proxied Misty Rainforest. I have one coming from Beastsmith0430, I think is his name, on YouTube. But I'm having, and then I'm gonna probably borrow one from a buddy of mine. I will be trading for another blue fetch, preferably a Misty Rainforest, because Scalding Tarns right now are just like nuts in price. I think they're like up to 16 a piece now. Misty's about 12, 13. So that does save me a couple bucks. I will be trading for a blue fetch, not right now, because after I get back from Richmond, the following Tuesday, I'm going to be moving into my apartment for college, and things are going to get a little hectic that week, because I'm going to be acquiring a new address. I'm going to be like setting up my new apartment and everything with that I'm sharing with 3 of my other friends. So I think I'm going to be holding off on trading for maybe a week. Unless you live extremely close to me, to the point where I can get your mail in 2-3 days tops, like I am with Ranger's Apprentice. I just made a trade with him for my 4th Koth. That was really nice of him. I know he said he wasn't going to trade it, but he came to me with the offer, and I accepted. I do have a trade with him going. His stuff normally comes between 2 and 3 days, so it's not a big deal. On to the rest of the lands. I have 4 islands, 3 plains, total of 10, basically 10 basic lands. Alright, so let's go into the sideboard tech right now. This is where I'm going to actually call upon you viewers in helping me find my 15th slot, because I'm super indecisive and I cannot determine what would be a solid 15th slot. So 1 Jace, these are going to be middle missteps. I have 2 borrowed, I have a friend borrowing 2 of mine, and I'm going to have 1 coming in from Scooter8968, so that's good. 3 Flash Freeze for Battle Equip matchups, of course. Divine Offering and a Revoke Existence. This comes in against the Mirror. Both of these come in against Tempered Steel. 2 Timely Reinforcements against aggro. 3rd Day of Judgment against aggro. Or Valakut. 2 Ratchet Bombs against Twin, and possibly Tempered Steel. Tempered Steel is just kind of awkward in that there's no really definite number to be blowing off your bomb at. Maybe 2, I don't know. And then the 5th, that's only 14 cards. The 15th card, I'm thinking of Deprive, but I don't know. I want a card that's good in the Caw-Blade mirror as a one of, or you could just increase the numbers of one of these cards I had already mentioned. But I'm thinking a one of Deprive, or a one of Sword War and Peace, or a one of Azure Mage, which I'm going to try to stray away from the Azure Mage route, but that's certainly a possibility. And also Mare Shards, which is also a possibility because it's 1 Phyrexian White. It deals 1 damage to all attacking creatures. So it can get rid of Hawks and Emeria tokens and Inkmoth Nexus. But really it's between Sword of War and Peace and Deprive. If you guys have a better suggestion for the mirror that's as a one-of card, hit me up in the comments or PM me, because I really don't know what to do with my 15th slot. So yep, that's my deck, guys. Rate, comment, subscribe, and if you guys are going to be going to Richmond, I'll see you in Richmond. Peace out, guys.